Come, let us prepare, make some good profits today. Absolutely beautiful. Market was very kind to us. Just take a look how beautifully he grabbed the liquidity of that. Remember, I talked about this nested head and showed a pattern. And you see the breakout right here. Literally the first thing I told you to look out for, 927. Once we had that continuation, right? Remember, retest, the cup close, handle. There you go, lift off. Exactly, 927. Now, the question is, how do we maximize our risk reward using structure and the algorithms? Let me show you right now. 949. Once we saw the pink algorithm starting to build liquidity right here, just take a look. It's so beautiful, right? With the 5-day moving average, exactly as it forms once the teal started selling down. And you see how beautifully we started re-grabbing that liquidity. Perfect, penny perfect from the 5-day moving average and the pink algorithm, giving us the first beautiful trade of the day. Absolutely beautiful right there. I had to go off early today, so this was a 70% trade for me, just literally within 15 minutes. Remember, when I talk about 70%, it's about the entire contract value. And I've shown you in the previous video that if you have penny perfect algorithms like this, now I took my calls here. Remember, I took my calls here at about 10:26. Once we had that red candle of that 5-day moving average, and I closed it at the top, near the top here. Now this was a 15 minutes trade, 70%, but in actual fact, because of my very tight stops here, only because you have penny perfect algorithms to guide you on your breakout here, this was actually a 20x, that's 2000% trade. Or because you understood how to be looking out for the algorithms and using structure to reduce your risks and maximize your rewards right there. So even with a small account, you can manage your stop loss. You don't have to be using your entire account as your risks. You understand how to be doing that because of the precision algorithms and seeing how beautifully they form penny perfect right there. So even though we have the general context of what's happening today, right here, most of you will just take calls and allow it to just go down like that. You know how much risk are you undertaking if you're the kind that just takes calls and allow it to just sink 1 point, 2 points for a 0-day to expiry option and allow it to decay before it starts pushing up. You have no idea what you're doing. You're just gambling a certain direction. Trading is not just choosing a direction. You're not sports betting. So even though we have the general context, you have to still maximize your risk to rewards, and you do that every single day. So absolutely beautiful trade there. Now even if you missed that, so be it. 1231. Just take a look here. We identified the yellow algorithm and just take a look. Penny perfect. Penny perfect right there. Just take a look at that retracement right there. Absolutely beautiful trade, this one. Now this one went all the way up in the magenta. So if you have runners, there's just absolutely no need to be cutting off your runners right there. Absolutely beautiful trade if you knew what you were doing. And that comes from looking at that yellow. Once you identify the yellow algorithm, just take a look. It's penny perfect. Now, let's just do this for a thought experiment if you caught this trade right there. Because it's penny perfect. You literally have 1 penny as a way to manage your stop loss. Now, this is a 50x. We're talking about 5,000% if you're trading this and up to this, especially near end of day. We had something similar yesterday as well. Absolutely beautiful trade. You need to know, you need to understand how to be managing your risk to rewards and not be the kind of trader to just be taking calls and just hoping for the best. Taking puts and just hoping the market dumps without managing your risks. Now, the only way you have to take 200 contracts, 100 contracts to scale up, the only way you can do that is to be penny perfect. You have the precision to manage your risks this well in order to maximize your risk to rewards. So just take a look how beautiful it is. Even though generally you have a great understanding of the context, you still need to have that certain precision in order to take a trade. And that's what separates someone who's making money consistently, if you're learning to manage risks, and someone who makes money once a while, now and then, and you feel so good about yourself, but you forget that you need to be learning the skill so that you can do this for the rest of your life. So please remember, always trade as structure demands. It's about learning this skill, this lifetime skill, so you can do this for the rest of your life by learning to find 5-figure profit trades. And I've shown you it's very possible to do it, but it's a long-term skill you need to learn. So don't rush this. And most importantly, please do not join if you're looking for signals. Signals will ruin you. You need to learn this skill for a lifetime. So you can do this every single day for the rest of your life. And we're talking about $10,000 a day. Not a month, mind you. Every single day. This skill is worth every ounce of your energy and determination to learn and master. It's not going to be easy. Why should it? But it is possible. Stay focused. Run this race strong. It will be life-changing, not just financially, but you will see how trading will make you a better person. Stay focused. We got this. Now, where do we go from here? Now, it's important you watch yesterday's video. I talked about this very, very important. Close the cup here. 5-day, magenta, green. And we also broke out the other green here near to the top. That explains this final push here near that 647. So this was the breakout of that green. At this point, you understand that there is already a nested structure here of that inverse head and shoulder. And so you have to look out for buying continuation. That's your first priority tomorrow. See if there's buying continuation and see if we close the larger cup. And if the market is kind, we get more structure here before we start breaking up into new highs again. So look out for that. Now, the worst case scenario tomorrow is if we start chopping. Now, there will be certain liquidity levels you need to pay close attention to right there. So if we do chop tomorrow, you just have to be very careful where the 20-day moving average is with this liquidity here. Remember, there's 3 candles I talk about. You still need to pay very close attention to that. It will come in handy, but pay close attention. 5-day moving average will also start to trend up together with this level. So look out for this particular yellow band here as well. Very importantly, and this liquidity wedge. Just be careful on a Friday. Always be careful. Now, if we do start dumping, you have to look out for that yellow algorithm minimally of this 20-day moving average, and look out for the liquidity grab if this wants to head down, returning back into that green algorithm. So if we do not cross below that 5-day moving average, and you will see that here, the 5-day will most likely be following the orange algorithm. So if we do not even cross below the 5-day, and we do not even cross below the 20-day, you have no reason to short this, right? So 5-day, watch out for that. 20-day, watch out for that. You know the 2 liquidity levels with the orange algorithm and the yellow algorithm right there before this wants to head down. So just set alerts and be more careful here instead of being so short biased, all because we are at some highs and you cannot believe that the market is at that high and you have to insist on shorting this. Now you see the problem. It's not rational. Trader structure demands money is there for you to take the money, right? Don't be insisting on your own ways. So quite straightforward structure here. As long as you've been following for the entire week, you would have already seen this happening, and we are just waiting for confirmation before taking our trades with precision, as you've seen what we do in the first half of every video right there. So thank you very much for watching. Please wrap up the week strong, and I'll see you closer to opening bell.